You are listening to Insurance Untangled podcast, where we explore the various challenges faced by dental practices due to their reliance on insurance. In this podcast, we dive deep into the issues surrounding dental insurance dependence and offer practical solutions and strategies for reducing your reliance on insurance. Join us as we interview industry experts, share success stories, and provide valuable insights to help you take control of your practice's financial future.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of the Insurance Untangled podcast. I am one of your hosts today, Mr. Jordan Comstock. With me, Naren and Ben. What's up, bros? How you doing?
Jordan.
Doing great.
Pumped today. Excited for all of our listeners today for this episode. We're going to be talking about social media marketing and how it can help your practice get new patients, which is actually, I'm really interested in this for myself, Naren. So Naren will be leading this discussion as Ben and I ask all the good questions. So Naren, first question for you, man. When it comes to digital marketing, there are four big buckets. So Google Ads, Google SEO, social media ads, and organic social media. Can you explain the differences between those?
Absolutely. Of course, as all of you know, digital marketing is like 90% of marketing today. Of course, 10, 20 years ago, it was not the case, but now digital marketing dominates. Google alone is bigger than all the traditional marketing companies combined. So within digital marketing, like you said, Jordan, there are four big buckets, four big options for you as a dental practice owners to get new patients using marketing. One is Google Ads. Really simply put, it's you buying ads, you pay Google every time somebody clicks on your link and they go to your website. That's Google Ads. So you buy these text ads, tiny ads that go next to any search results. So let's say somebody types in implants, your ad shows up along with those organic search results. That's Google Ads. Google SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization, where you show up without paying Google any money. So same thing, dental implants, Phoenix, dental implants, Utah. Let's say 60616, a zip code. When you type it in, what shows up organically without being paid? That's called Google SEO. Social media ads is running ads on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. That's social media ads. Organic social media is just like you show up for free on Google without paying. How do you show up for free on social media without paying? And today's topic is, can social media help me get new patients? It's a great topic because I know a lot of people are curious, They hear about social media because the team typically likes it, and we all are on Instagram all day long. So we think it's a great way to get new patients. So that's what that is all about, These are the four options: Google Ads, Google SEO, social media ads, and organic social media.
That's excellent, Naren. So let's say, Naren, that I'm a busy dentist and I for me, I just want to focus on dentistry and not other things in the practice that you can have other people's help on, like marketing, right? Which of these four can I do by myself versus other areas that I should let others do for me?
Absolutely. So let me talk about the ones that perhaps others can do for you. Those are Google Ads, Google SEO, and social media ads. Once again, Google Ads, Google SEO, and social media ads. You can completely outsource these. And the reason you can completely outsource is because, Google Ads, for example, Google has tools and all kinds of tech. So you can find an expert who knows how to run these ads, and you can have them run these ads for you. What you have to be careful of is, a lot of times these companies that will run Google Ads for you will not delineate between how much money they pay Google versus how much they put into their own pocket. So you might give them $10,000. They might only give Google 4,000 or 5,000. They'll keep the other 5,000 in their pocket. So you could end up wasting a lot of money for that reason. And the second issue is, Google Ads still are very, very, very expensive. It's 5 times more expensive than SEO. So keep that in mind. So definitely you can outsource it, find people who know what they're doing and outsource it, and make sure you're not wasting money. The way I would make sure I'm not wasting money is I'll start comparing the cost of a new patient call from Google Ads versus from SEO versus from social media ads. Now I know how much is each method costing me. If one is costing me for a similar type of patient, $100. The other one is costing me $20. I'm going to use the $20 option a lot more than the $100 option. Same thing. Social media ads you can outsource. There are people who know how to run ads on Instagram, how to run ads on Facebook, how to run ads on TikTok. You find them. Again, be careful with the two things I mentioned. Make sure you know the cost of each patient coming from each method, and also you make sure that you know what's going to the company, meaning the source, like Instagram versus the person running the ads. And SEO, you don't pay anybody, right? Except for you pay for the work. So you pay for somebody to do the SEO, but you don't really pay Google to show you, just like organic social media. Now, organic social media, on the other hand, you cannot outsource. I know people claim they can, but I have never, ever seen anybody in healthcare who successfully has outsourced organic social media. And the reason is organic social media is all about, it's like, if you were to kind of understand something that almost all of us are familiar with, it's like Oprah. She built a brand for herself. She started out in a small TV show somewhere in Midwest. She started interviewing, people who were famous in that Midwest, and then little by little, she started interviewing more famous people. She built a show. She built a team. She became amazingly good at creating a fan base. She would give away these cars, do all kinds of crazy stuff. So she created this following. She became a star. She became a media star, right? So organic social media is about becoming a social media star. So that, unfortunately, you can't outsource. Like Oprah cannot outsource Oprah. She cannot hire Oprah. She is Oprah. Of course, she has to own it. She has to live it. She has to actually lead that whole effort, because it's like, how do you outsource, yourself, right? You can't. So the last one you cannot outsource. You have to do it yourself. Organic social media.
I heard there's a guy by the name, he went by the name Liver King. I don't know if you.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I did some research on it, because I was like, how's this guy? I mean, he's just jacked, said he did take steroids, and ended up finding out that he was on steroids, like $20,000 worth of steroids a month.
Goodness.
But anyway, the funny thing is that there was some speculation that he was just hired to do this. But interestingly, like, his brand was based around what Naren just said. It was social media. So he had his sons run with the camera or the phones, and it makes sense, because when you're building your own social media account, even in dentistry, you're sort of trying to tell your own story, right? But it's kind of hard to do with a professional cameraman. It's like, your cost to hire people to help you with that is enormous, right? You got to be making millions to have a budget for that. So that kind of, the Liver King just came to mind. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, I remember the TikTok videos from Liver King. I mean, I've seen him eating all this raw stuff.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I like raw fish, but like he was eating like liver raw.
Right? Exactly.
Disgusting.
And eggs. Like he would eat whole eggs with the shells raw.
Oh, with the shell. Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, I've seen his content on TikTok. But no, he created organic following, is what you're saying, and he did it cheaply. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about patient acquisition costs and lifetime value of a particular patient. There's several buckets of or channels that we could use: Google Ads, Google SEO, social media ads. Which one, Naren, will cost the practice the least to acquire a patient? And is there ways, my thought, and this is my own question here, if I find a marketing channel that's driving a particular type of patient, let's say an all-on-4 patient that has a lot of revenue tied to it when you get that patient, would like a more expensive marketing channel to get those types of patients work, because of the value that, if it's an all-on-4 patient coming in, for example, that can spend 40 grand on all-on-4s, and you're spending, a few $100 to acquire that type of lead, would like a PPC channel still be appropriate based off of the type of patient and the revenue that they can bring to the practice? That's kind of where my mind's going when it comes to these marketing channels and patient acquisition costs.
Absolutely. So your question is compare Google Ads, Google SEO, social media ads from a cost standpoint, right?
Yes.
I totally agree. You have to compare apples to apples. For example, you can't compare the cost of acquiring a $40,000 patient with the cost of acquiring an emergency patient or cost
Yes.
of acquiring a general dental patient. So the step one is you have to try to acquire the same type of patients across all these channels. That's
Okay.
what we, so let's say whether it's general dental patient, right? Let's take that as an example. So in my experience, when you're trying to acquire a general dental patient, Google SEO, let's say, will cost you $30, right? Google
Okay.
Ads will cost you $150, a good quality general dental patient. And social media ads might cost you $250.
Okay.
Again, I'm just giving you ballpark.
Yeah.
SEO could actually cost you $20 versus Google Ads might cost you $100. So typically there's a 5x ratio between Google Ads and SEO. In other words, Google Ads is 5 times more expensive than Google SEO. And social media ads typically is at least 2 times more expensive than Google Ads. Let me tell you why there's a differential in math. It really comes down to 2 things: intention and trust. Google SEO, people are typing in what they're looking for. They're looking for veneers, they're looking for crowns, they're looking for emergency, they're looking for a general dentist. So when they see the answer, they are much more likely to pick up the phone and book their appointment because they are literally looking for that very thing in that very moment. That's called intention. With Google Ads, the intention is there, right? They're still typed in the exact same keyword, but the only thing is they don't trust it because it's an ad. So the average person will only spend 15 seconds if they come through a Google ad, and they will spend 90 seconds if they come through SEO. Because of that difference of how serious they are, because they don't trust it, you need a lot more people to make up one SEO person. So typically that's where the 5x comes from. The 5x comes from, and we have tested it with hundreds of practices, and that's a pretty standard minimum 5x difference between SEO and Google Ads. Now, Google Ads and social media ads, why is social media ads even more expensive than Google Ads? And the reason is because social media ads, they don't even have intention. In other words, they are not going there typing in veneers or crowns or emergency dentist.
They're harder
They're
leads
going-
to get.
Yeah, they're watching Liver King. They're watching, I mean, if you are a Liver King fan, I'm sure one of you guys is a closet Liver King fan. I don't know which one.
I was a
Sounds
big
like Ben,
fan.
yeah.
So Instagram knows that, Ben likes Liver King. I'm going to keep giving him more Liver King. So every time Ben is there, he will spend 30 minutes just browsing.
So you're saying
through
social media just has a lot more distractions.
distractions. So
And
the
the
problem with that
intent is not to get dentistry.
yeah, it's not dentistry. So again, the average person who comes from, let's say Ben is watching Liver King, you show him a veneers ad, Ben accidentally clicks on it because for whatever reason he clicked on it, but his mind is on Liver King. So what he doesn't do is he doesn't even remember he clicked on it. So usually he will leave that website very quickly within 5 seconds. That's the average time somebody from social media ads will, leave your website. And then even if he actually clicks a form, remember Instagram will make it super easy for somebody to, fill out a form. Even if he fills out a form, when you call Ben back, he doesn't remember you because he was so absorbed with that crazy Liver King video and the crazy stunt the guy was doing. So he doesn't remember that he clicked on this ad. So he's like, who are you guys? Oh, I don't remember. And maybe Ben is a nice guy. Maybe I was, maybe I clicked on it. But most people won't show up. So that's the issue. So those are the true differences. I'm not saying don't use social media ads. I'm not saying don't use Google ads. What I'm saying is understand how they fit in from a cost structure and then use it accordingly. Like you brought up a point, right, Jordan? If a case is 40,000, you might say, I don't care spending $1,000 to acquire that patient because 40,000 is a lot more than 1,000. So even though 1,000 is a lot of money, I don't care because
compared to the revenue that new patient's going to bring, it's
exactly.
Well, yeah. What's the math on that? $1,000 to acquire a $40,000 customer.
Yeah, it's like 40 times, right?
It's like, what is that? 2.5% of
2.5% of revenue is your marketing expense.
Yeah.
So my advice is first max out SEO because it's the cheapest. So even for those $40,000, you should be ranking organically for every keyword that person can ever type in, even those people looking for the $40,000 cases. And then work on your landing pages. So when they go there, they are like impressed. They're like, wow, this person is an expert. He has done 15 cases, unbelievably before and afters, awesome testimonials. So I really am serious. I'm considering this person because he's really good at what he does, he or she. And then if your SEO is maxed out, your landing pages are perfect, then spend money on ads, because remember, they're
Yeah.
only going to give you 15 seconds, less time. So you have to be like exceptionally good at convincing them
Yes.
before you throw any money. So otherwise, if you start spending that $1,000 per patient, you won't get the patient, because they go to the page, it's not impressive, they leave, and oops, you lost $1,000. You burned $1,000.
Yeah, you're losing money. Yeah.
Yeah, you're losing money. So that's the way I would think about it, Jordan.
That's
Awesome.
interesting.
Thank you. That was great.
When we talk about this social media thing, I think social media is creating for a society that has ADHD, right? Which stands for.
Is that what's happening to me?
I think so. It's like attention deficit. Ooh, shiny. You know,
Yep.
we're creating sort of a marketplace where we can do interesting videos and all that interesting stuff. But when you talk about, Naren, the organic social media, and so considering that that's an area that I have to do myself, right?
Yeah.
I'm always curious, like within dentistry, who is successful with that form of social media, like that whole organic social media approach?
Yeah, so we have around 400 plus clients right now in dentistry. And what I notice is less than 1% are successful with organic social media.
Wow.
Less than 1%. So literally out of 400, you're looking at 4 people. I know who they are.
A lot
I
of them
can
are
count
doing
them.
generic type organic social media that
Yeah,
doesn't
the
move the needle.
99% are doing stuff that absolutely does not move the needle. And again, you have to understand business models. The way Google makes money is through SEO. In other words, people look for stuff and then they show ads next to the things they're looking for, right? So Google
Mhm.
needs the SEO people to give good content. Otherwise, people will stop using Google. Imagine you're
Sure,
using
that's
Google
important
and you're
part.
getting garbage information. Nobody will use Google, right? So
Yeah.
they need the SEO people. With organic social media, that's a totally different business model. That's about time kill. So Liver King puts out a video, Ben and a million others spend, watch it
Ben and a
in
million
24 hours. I'm Instagram, the head of Instagram. I'm like, oh, that's a million video views in 24 hours. And each video I can run 2 ads. So that's like 2 million ads. Each ad is 10 cents. I'll
Yeah.
make 200 grand. So they love people like Liver King. They love people like,
interesting.
Dr. Pimple Popper. I'm sure
Blah. Sorry.
but there are some
I hate
people
that
who like
show.
her stuff. You don't, but some do.
Yeah.
So
My wife watches that show. Ugh.
so if you are in that bucket, you are willing to be a celebrity, willing to, let some people say, like Jordan is, right?
Ugh.
Willing to put yourself out there, dedicate yourself, put 20 hours. So I have a client, I don't want to name her, like she has 100,000 plus followers on Instagram. She has 150,000 people following on YouTube. It's just massive numbers, but she spends 15 to 20 hours doing this stuff. That's what she does. She loves it. She
Interesting.
enjoys it. She masters it. So my thing is, it's the question you have to ask yourself, am I in that 1%? How do you know you're in the 1%? Number one, you're going to personally put 15 plus hours a week. Number two, you're going to love this stuff. You're going to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you can't do something 15, 20 hours a week every day, and especially looking into the camera, right? You're not doing it privately. You're putting yourself out in front of millions of people. So if you don't love it, you're not in the 1%. So find out, are you in the 1%? If you're not in the 1%, don't waste your time or money. That's my advice.
So I guess, go ahead.
Because you could spend a lot of time and money. Remember, Facebook doesn't make money from everybody else. They make money from people like Liver King, people like Pimple Popper. So you are not helping Facebook. Therefore, they're not going to help you. So you're wasting your time spinning your wheels, doing stuff that 10 people see, 15 people see, and these people are not even interested. So you are getting in front of 15 people. You spend 2 hours to get in front of 15 people who are interested in something else, not veneers or not crowns or whatever you are interested in. So you're wasting your time and money like by a lot. But the problem is people still do it because I guess it's like what everybody else is doing.
It's just herd mentality. Yeah.
Herd mentality. Exactly. Yeah. They don't think, they don't really realize that it's a waste. I'm not saying a lot of people are smart. Like I had a call with the doctor today. He's like, I don't think anybody will go to, Instagram to find a dentist or find somebody who can do excellent veneers. So I shouldn't focus on it. I'm like, you're right. They won't. So, I mean, some people have clarity and they get it, but some don't, and they waste a lot of time and money.
So I guess the question is, are you the celebrity pimple popper type dentist or not, right? The question, that's a question that every doctor has to answer Is that right, Naren?
Yeah, absolutely. So the title of this episode is Can Social Media, especially organic social media, help me get new patients?
Mhm.
If you are in that 1%, if you are the celebrity Dr. Pimple Popper type dentist, then go for it. Make it your mission. But don't assume somebody else can do it for you. Don't assume you can outsource it. You have to put your time. You have to put your
You have to own the strategy.
you have to own it, and you are the star of the show. Remember that. Like, if you don't want to be the star of the show, don't do it.
Who's on TikTok? Dr. Brady. Do you follow him? Ben?
No.
Oh, what's his last? I think he goes by Dr. Brady. He is funny, and he's a dentist, and he's putting out content. So he's the Dr. Pimple Popper type dentist celebrity. I follow him, and he's very entertaining. He's got tons of his TikTok videos that have gone viral. But to what point? Because dentistry is such a local.
That's a good point too.
It's such a local business where he's got a national stage and maybe international stage. Like, how does that equate to revenue from your perspective here? And that's how I'm thinking about this.
Yeah, that's a great point. Most people who end up building the social media brand, 1% brand, they don't rely on their local practices to monetize social media. They would have a product they're selling.
Yeah.
So for example,
Okay.
they have like something that you can go to a store and buy. Doesn't matter where you live. You could be living 10,000 miles away. Could be a course, could be a toothbrush. I don't know. Like,
sure,
it could be
maybe
anything,
that's what
right?
it is.
Could be So like,
I'll have to analyze his account and see what he's selling.
Yeah, I have a dermatologist who's a client of mine, and he has built a skincare line, right? So of course
he's on TikTok making videos.
Yeah, because
he can sell that nationally.
Exactly, internationally, globally.
Internationally. So the business model, if you're going to be the celebrity type social media marketing dentist, it sounds like you need to have some type of product that the nation can purchase.
Absolutely. I have another client. Yeah, I mean, if you want to make the most out of it, otherwise, like you said, you will be getting 10 million people, but only like, a tiny fraction lives in your town. So all the other people are never going to buy from you. So I have another client in dental, very successful. They are building their own factory. They want to build their own sleep appliance and all kinds of stuff. They're going to sell 20 different products.
So this type of marketing would probably benefit them because of the product that they're selling.
Exactly,
it's
because
not
they have
just dentistry. I mean, it's dentistry, but it can be shipped.
It's off the exactly. It can be shipped. It doesn't have to be done, at your office, in person. So anything that has to be done at your office in person, you're going to leave a lot of money on the table, even if you're in the 1%.
Oh, that's interesting. What about the 99%? So if I'm like, part of that 99% that is not a celebrity doctor in organic social media,
or have a product that can scale across the country. Yeah.
So if I'm kind of in that category where social media is not for me, I guess a big question there, Naren, is should I still do it, and why? And if so, what should I keep in mind?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Yeah. If you're in the 99%, I really think you still need an Instagram page and a Facebook page, just because it's like, imagine saying, oh, I don't have a telephone, but I run a business, right? You don't do that, right? Same thing here. Like, you need to have Instagram. It's just everybody has it.
It's like social proof type mechanism.
So have a page that you outsource and tell somebody, hey guys, maintain my page. Make sure it's managed properly. Make sure the reviews are being responded to. Make sure that every week you're posting that stuff. But I'm not expecting 1 million people to see those videos because it's not done by me.
I would imagine having a page helps with organic SEO as well.
Exactly.
Correct?
It also helps with SEO algorithms. So have a page, do the minimal, but don't expect, any number of patients to come there, but rather, like Jordan said, think of it like social proof. Like, hey, it's one of those check boxes, like, like the Google reviews, the checkbox,
that's how we use it. That's how we use like Instagram as social proof that we're active on it, but it's not looking at the data. It's never driven much for us, but if people get on it, and we use it for social proof and getting people to like us and our brand.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So that's how so don't, like, when we do social media for our clients, we put minimum 30 hours a month, 1 hour goes into social media. And the reason is, a lot of the graphics, we can do it for the same graphics for many clients, right? Like
Sure.
because they are similar. So even though we might spend hundreds of hours, when you divide it by, hundreds of clients, it's like 1 hour max per client is being spent on social media. And when we look at the return on investment, that's the amount of results they get too. They get like 2% of the results from social media,
Yeah.
98% from SEO.
Interesting. Okay. So it looks like SEO is something, that's a strong thing that a practice can do from a marketing function. It's a fraction of the cost of both Google Ads and social media. So if I want to find out how well I'm doing with SEO, what resources do you have, Naren?
Absolutely. We'll gift a marketing strategy meeting, and the marketing strategy meeting is a 90-minute meeting, and you can book it. The link is insuranceuntangled.com/MSM, insuranceuntangled.com/MSM, $900 value. Prior to the meeting, our team will spend 6 hours studying your SEO. Like, how are you doing? Are you
wow.
crushing it? Are you like dominating it? If not, why are you not dominating it? What are the reasons? So you kind of know what the issues are you need to deal with. And then finally give you a blueprint, a plan to dominate it. So you can, have this unfair advantage where your cost of a new patient is a fraction of those relying on Google Ads and a fraction of those relying on social media ads. So you have an unfair advantage. And the beauty of SEO is if you know what you're doing and you continue to work hard at it, minimum put, 30 plus hours a month into it, every month you're going to get better. Your results are going to get improved. You're going to rank for more. You're going to get more new patients. So it's like wine. The value of that bottle of wine goes up over time. Same thing. SEO, if done properly, over time, your cost won't go up, but your results will go up. Once again, it's insuranceuntangled.com/MSM.
That's awesome, Naren. Gosh, I learned a lot from you, Naren, marketing wise. You have what's that one movie with Russell Crowe? Beautiful Mind,
I am not anywhere close to that guy's beautiful.
That was good.
I take it as a compliment though, Ben. Thank you.
Yes, that was definitely a compliment. Yeah.
When it comes to marketing, Naren, you know your stuff, which is quite amazing. So thank you for imparting your knowledge, and thank you, Jordan, for hosting today. I'm going to close things out for us. And then thank our guests, thank you for joining us on another amazing episode of the Insurance Tangled podcast. So if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to share it with your friends, your family, or anybody in dentistry on social media or any other platform that you use. We also appreciate reviews. Your reviews will help other doctors find us and the content that we're pushing out. So please write a review for us on your favorite podcast platform. And by the way, don't forget to visit insuranceuntangled.com to find episodes, exclusive freebies, as well as other items that we put out to benefit the dental industry. Until we meet again, we wish you all the best of success. Stay warm during this winter, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care, guys.